SDP, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go!
Welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Bond Street. What a beautiful building. I gotta say, it's so cool. So we got a little tour beforehand of this place. So this used to be where the union guys for General Motors used to meet, which is kind of neat, huh?
Wow.
And then it became, this, especially down here, you're in a place where history happened. A lot of the best Canadian bands, you're talking Sum 41, Down with Webster, Alexis on Fire, started here.
Offset.
Started here. Yeah. Oh, Sum 41 was called Casper. There you go. So there's somebody who knows
Protest the Hero, noted SDP listeners.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so you're sitting in history. I'm sorry that we had to defile it with us, but you know. You can't win everyone. It's a Sunday night. Right?
I know someone's got to show up on Sunday. Come on, it might as well be us.
So, unbelievable game tonight. You guys were all there, right? All right, now, I'm going to ask this question. Do we have Generals fans in the audience? Do we have Pete's fans in the audience? Oh, man.
Do you have a humiliation kink?
By the way, we met him in the concourse at the arena, and he drove all the way from Ottawa to be here to be your Pete's fan. So I do want to say I respect that, but he is still a Pete's fan, guys. So you know.
Oh. Yeah.
There was such a nice moment where they're like, "Damn it, I respect it," and you're like, "No, you hate him though."
Don't forget.
No, bad.
Don't forget
him. Bad.
I gotta say that was one of the most entertaining junior hockey games I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I don't like that Oshawa made it that close, but
it got pretty far away at the end. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to say that pretty unbelievable team you guys have here. Looking at this, Richie, Barlo, Seneca, Danford, Morelli. This is a loaded team.
Oster.
Well, an Oster. That's what I'm getting to. Oster's coming out. That's right. Your 2024 OHL goaltender of the year is coming out. Do you guys want to bring him out? Jacob Oster, please come to the stage. So listen, welcome to the stage, man. You were a pretty popular guy around here.
I guess so. Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
You played, 61 of 68 games last year?
60.
Oh, 60 games.
Yeah.
No reason to exaggerate on it. 60's enough.
Yeah, 60's enough, and then 21 in the playoffs. So.
21 in the playoffs, guys.
Yeah.
You played 81 games?
Yeah.
That's so many games!
Man, I got to tell you.
I love you guys. Holy shit. I love it.
So Jake, before we really get into talking about you and that sort of thing, I want you to tell everybody, when you were sitting on the bench today, watching what was going back and forth. Peterborough's the hated rival. That's a game. Is that one of those games where you kind of want to jump off the bench and jump into?
I wouldn't necessarily jump into, but I would love to start that game. Just, they're a great rival for us. They always bring the heat, and very passionate fans. So being able to beat them in their building and our own building is it's something special.
That's pretty cool. And I do know that a couple of your teammates are here. I want to shout out Tyler O'Toole and Sean Costello. If you guys are,
where are the boys?
Where are they?
Where are the boys?
I know they're here. I know they're around.
Where are they?
We were told they're going to be here. So
there he is.
Oh, there they are.
Hey, stop hiding.
They're hiding away.
It's probably the dude with a suit and a toque.
Yeah.
That's probably the hockey player.
Might be a junior hockey player. Yeah.
So you're originally from Ottawa.
Yeah.
Okay. Same as our Pete's fan.
There you go.
Did you grow up a Sens fan?
No, I didn't.
Did you grow up? Hold on. Did you grow up a Leafs fan?
No.
Oh no! Are you guys booing your goalie? Come on.
Yeah. What the hell?
He only cheered for the Gents.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so who did you grow up watching then?
I was a Habs fan.
So tell us why Montreal?
I was a huge Carey Price fan growing up, so I modeled my game after him. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I modeled my game after him, and they were always my favorite jerseys as well. I love the Winter Classic jersey, so.
Oh,
yeah.
They are beautiful.
I'm
mad at it. So listen, I want to ask you about something then, and Steve and Jesse, feel free to chime in here. How did you feel about the 2021 playoffs?
No comment. No.
How was that for you? Because I can tell you what it was on the other side. Where you guys,
you guys
know, right?
First,
you guys,
first
2021
4 games were pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It went downhill, I seem to remember.
It's great for me.
Now, you said Carey Price is like a big inspiration for you. When you watched him in games like that against the Leafs, but then later on, right, you know, the series against Vegas for me specifically stands out because I remember thinking like, oh, they don't have a hope in hell against Vegas. And that was the conference final. What was it about Carey Price you're like, that's my guy?
I think it's just his calmness in the net. You know, like he's very calm. He's never over-exaggerated in his movements. You know, he flares up a little bit when he gets emotional into the game, but besides that, he's a very calm goaltender, and I tried to model my calmness, I guess, of my game after him.
Are you a calm goalie?
I would say so.
You're not the Tuukka Rask, like, snap your stick in half?
I had my moments against Saginaw last week, but... but...
How do you, as a guy who played 60 games out of 68 last year, prepare for a game like tonight where you're on the bench? Like, do they hand you the baseball cap and you go, what the hell is this?
It was funny. It was my equipment manager. He's like, we get to spend some time together this time. So he's like, we usually don't get to do that, but it's nice to have a change of scenery every once in a while, take a little bit of a break and enjoy the game instead of being so focused and dialed in. I get to enjoy the game, but obviously I still have to be a little bit focused just in case. But it was nice to enjoy the game from the bench and be with the guys tonight. So
I want to ask you about growing up in Ottawa because you mentioned something I think is fascinating. You grew up on a golf course.
Yeah, we back onto the 11th hole.
That's insane. So is your handicap like super low, and what was that like growing up on a golf course?
Right, this past summer I was sitting at like a 6.
That's ridiculous.
Athletes, man. So annoying.
Yeah, but no, especially growing up, my brother and I, we were always very competitive. So having the summer sport of going out, we would always go, like after dinner, we'd go out, play a few holes. We'd play like 11, 12, jump to 17, then 9, then 8, and then back to our house at 11. So it was always friendly competition, but you know, there was always the strive to want to beat him just so I could rub it in his face a little bit.
Older or younger? Is he older?
He's younger, 2 years younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Does he play hockey too?
He does, yeah. He plays Junior B in Carleton Place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, question for you. Hey, Jesse Blake.
Yes.
Oh, are we cheering Carleton Place?
Yeah, they got a big round of applause.
Yeah, I love that whole area.
That's my
Carleton
favorite
Place.
Junior B team. Hell yeah.
Smith Falls, Ontario. We gotta love all that. Madoc, all
yeah.
that. That's where Ben Danford's from.
Madoc.
right?
Yeah.
That's right. Now, before we talk about Ben for a second, I do want to ask you about some of your teammates. Jesse,
Yes.
what's your longest drive?
Like 3:20, 3:15.
That's impressive.
What's
That's
yours?
good. I'm probably around the same, so I don't have bragging rights.
Okay. All right, so listen, you're on a team that is, yourself included, absolutely stacked with talent. You got, I think it's at least 3 first-round picks on there.
We got 4.
4.
Yeah.
I got to start getting my numbers
counting?
right.
He knows who's in front of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So does that kind of talent, does that raise everybody else's game? Like, what is it like to play on a team with just absolute studs headed for the show?
It's crazy. It's honestly, it's a whirlwind. Like even in practice, I get to see it every day. So it's having those 4 or 5 guys who are drafted this year and the past years coming down shooting at me. It's pretty special, and obviously it helps me prepare myself for the next level as well. So, but no, like you said, it's very special to have those 5 guys on our team that are, you know, carrying most of the weight, but then it also elevates a lot of our guys as well to, you know, push themselves, make themselves better, learn from these guys to see what they can do differently. And, you know, I think every day is sort of a day for us to continue to progress.
And what's it like going to a pro camp? Because you've been to not 1 but 2.
Yeah.
L.A. and Columbus this past year.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's a whole other level. I went in there for Columbus's rookie camp this year, and it was like a 50% jump from the OHL, and then going back for main camp, it was like 100% jump. Like everything was just that much faster. So it's definitely.
Do the shots hurt?
No.
I just wonder that. Don't you want to ask
No,
the
that's a
goalie,
good
like,
answer.
Hey, like an NHL
I don't
shot's
care what
100
the
miles
real
an hour.
answer is.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like you got to have some stingers in there somewhere.
Yeah, I guess if you catch it in the glove awkwardly, it could be a stinger. But even guys at this level can really shoot a puck, right? Yeah. So it's even if you catch this one a little bit awkwardly, you're shaking your hand a little bit. The hands are stinging, but no, it was a crazy experience. I think it was a great one for me too to come back here after. And,
Yeah, I think all the Leafs fans in the building want to know what it's like playing with Ben Danford.
Yeah, what do we think of the captain?
He's awesome. He's probably our best defenseman. Stay-at-home defenseman. He's helped me out a ton, and I'd say I help him out a ton. We got a great 50-50 relationship. But I know he's a guy that I think everybody on our squad counts on to, be a leader, be a role model. And you guys definitely got a good one. So,
question: If he ever blows it, and it happens to every defenseman, do you give him shit? Like, what do you say to him?
I don't necessarily give him shit because I have my moments too, and I'm sure he would want to give it to me.
That's a good answer.
I'm sure he'd want to give it to me too in certain situations. But there's always the open line of communication with guys like everybody on our team, but especially guys like that who want to pick up on different information from, I get to see the game so differently than everybody else. So he comes in and asks me questions like, what could I have done here? What could I have done there? And then obviously he does the same for me. Like, should I be over more? Should I be this? Should I be that? Mm-hmm. And we just, like I said, an open line of communication, which is great.
I can't help but think when he does something good, you're like, way to go, Ben. And when he does something bad, you're like, friggin' Leafs.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys watch the Kingston game on Friday night? Yeah, some of these, yeah. So Ben ran that guy over.
Oh, yeah.
Ran him over.
Train tracked him.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a good hit. He knows how to throw his body around. He didn't do it nearly as much as he did last year, but this year I think he's sort of stepping into that more physical role, and he's done it a few times even so far this year. And you sort of you take a double take and you look at the guy beside you and you're like, did he really just do that?
You ever been in a goalie fight?
No. Oh. No, I haven't.
How close? Have you gotten close?
I've had my opportunities. I've had my opportunities. I had a few last year. I had one this year. Actually, I could have gone when Saginaw was in town, but I decided, take the high road, be the bigger person.
Yep. Save it for the Pete's.
Exactly. Yeah. Save it for the Pete's.
Yeah. Listen, we saw a heck of a game for Beckett Seneca today. Crazy. He was the surprise of the draft. He moves from, I think you're expecting top 10.
Well, just ask him. Look at his face.
So tell us a little bit about playing with him. What's he like, and what makes him so special?
I think he might be one of the most offensively skilled players I've ever seen. Just some of his creativity that he has and he brings to the table and things that he tries in practice. You sort of look at him, you're like, where did you come up? Where did you see this? Where did you come up with this? Why are you even trying this? And he explains it a little bit, and you're like, okay, I understand it, but that's a 1 in 10 odds of you pulling it off, and then he pulls it off. So it's working with him and shootouts, especially after practice. He'll come in, he'll take some shootouts, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'll stop 50% of them. He'll say he scores more than that. But some of the moves he comes in on, the fakes he throws at me, it's just what are you doing? I sit there and I'm going one way and he's already got the puck the other way. And I'm just all right, I'll let you have this one, but you're not scoring again.
Another guy that just, I guess, arrived. There's two guys that arrived that we got to talk about, but Callum Richie. Nice to have him back.
Yeah.
He's with the Avalanche, right?
Yeah.
And so he comes back a little bit later, and obviously, like you, went to a pro camp, experienced it. Did you see any changes in him? Have you seen any changes in the last week when he's been back?
Not necessarily. I think he's always been a great 200-foot skilled playmaker. Whenever he's got the puck, you should always be watching because you never know what's going to happen. He's always got something up his sleeve, and he showed a lot of glimpses of that last year, and consistently showed that last year. And then he came back this year, and even our game against Kingston, his first game back, he's got the puck in the corner with two guys on him, and he's just skating circles around him. And I'm like, Rich, move it. And he's he looked back at me after he made the pass, and I'm like, never mind. You know what? You do you.
Just a suggestion anyway.
Yeah. That's all right. And then obviously, I think the trade for Colby Barlo who was the captain of the Owen Sound Attack. This is a guy who was the star player, and it seems like, and I guess you guys are kind of excited about this, the Generals are loading up for some sort of run here.
Yeah.
Woo! And that's pretty exciting. So let's talk about Colby for a second. What have you seen from him?
Like I said about the other 2 guys or 3 guys, unbelievable skilled player.
Right.
He can shoot a puck. Like his first time in practice, like I've played against him for the last 3 years, but now in practice, like he's coming down the wing and he's picking far corner like effortlessly, and it's like I turn to him like, did you always shoot that hard? Like it's like I'm not used to it, like us in practice, but no, he's a great guy just to have around as well. He's bonded with the team super quick. Everybody's welcomed him in. And yeah, like I said, very, very skilled playmaker. He can shoot a puck. He does everything.
Yeah.
He's gritty. He can score. He can hit, make passes, does everything you need him to do. So
what is the goal this year?
Memorial Cup.
Woo! Now,
It's the 10-year anniversary from the last one, right? So
yes.
2015.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's in the stars.
I think so. I think the stars are aligning here. So
Yeah.
Steve, you were at the last one.
I was.
Who did the Oshawa Generals beat?
I know they beat the Erie Otters and Connor McDavid in the Erie Otters in
Yeah.
the OHL championship.
Yes.
And I was at the deciding game.
You were there.
Yeah, they had a pretty good goalie then too, Ken Appleby.
yes, they did.
Yeah.
Unbelievable goalie.
And they shut Connor McDavid down. I think that's kind of the key here.
What, like it's hard? They did pretty good.
So, one of the things that we love talking about, and I think it's an article I will never forget, is Jack Eichel and his pregame routine, which is like 8 hours long.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like a whole article just about the routine. You guys remember that, right? It was just like, you guys remember us talking about that? Yeah, I go to this restaurant at 11:52 and no later, and he's just. So, what is yours? What's an OHL goalie? If you're playing tonight, what are you doing?
So we have to be at the rink for usually like 10 o'clock, 10:30, depending on the game time. So I always show up like an hour before we got to be there. So like if it's 10 o'clock, I'll be there for 9. I'll go in, just stretch, talk to my therapist, just have a nice easy morning, not do anything too crazy. We do team activation just to warm up, just to get the bodies going. We'll do like power play penalty kill video sometimes just to see what we could be doing a little differently to help us be more successful. Then I'll go home and I'll rot in bed for like 2 hours, take a nap, and then I only take an hour nap. I can't be any longer, any less. Has to be an hour.
Why?
I feel like if it's any longer than an hour, I feel too drowsy.
Okay.
Any shorter than an hour, I feel like I'm not rested enough.
Okay. Do you have any tricks for falling asleep, or is your body just used to it right now?
What I saw a few years ago, it's called the military trick.
Yes.
Yeah. So like they twitch different parts of their muscles in every part of their body for like 5-10 like sort of twitches, and then you sort of just blank your mind. You don't think about anything. You focus on breathing, and it's like I fall asleep in 2 minutes.
Wow.
What?
So yeah,
That's insane.
This is a real thing.
That's insane.
Because these soldiers have to go everywhere and sleep. What's that? Oh, he doesn't have kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Believe me, that was the first thing I thought, but it's still admirable.
Don't rush that. But these guys got to go everywhere.
Yeah.
And they teach them how to fall asleep anywhere, no matter what position you're in, how cold it is outside, whatever. I'm assuming you're a little bit more comfortable than those guys
Yes.
are.
Yeah. Very, very comfortable in bed.
And then you nap, and then what?
I wake up. My billets make me chicken Alfredo. It's been my go-to for the past 2
nice.
years. 2 years, yeah. I haven't had anything else.
That's all you eat, just chicken Alfredo?
Chicken Alfredo for game day, yeah.
Amazing.
But I eat tons of it. There's probably like 3 or 4 pounds of chicken Alfredo on this plate. It's a big plate.
So do you roll to the arena? How do you manage that? That's a lot, man.
No, as a goalie, you're burning all of that off.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So I'll eat that, and then I'll sit around for 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. I'll go in, have a shower, just get ready, and then throw on my suit. And then if it's a 6 o'clock game like tonight, I'll be at the rink for 3:30. So I'll leave at 3 o'clock. So I'm there 2.5 hours early. I'll get to the rink, put my tickets aside if I've got family or friends coming, and then go in, tape my stick, throw the headphones on. I always have a piece of gum, like chewing gum while I'm taping my stick.
What's in the headphones? What are you listening to?
A little bit of everything. Like
Okay.
I'm not too picky. I'm not too I don't even know what word I'm thinking of, but like I'm not too superstitious on my music. Let's say that.
Okay.
But then I'll go after I tape my stick. I wax it. I always put like a little Sharpie note on the backhand of my stick. It always says fun. So I always look at it. If we're not playing well or if I'm not having the best game, I'll always look at that and just sort of remind myself for it. And then I'll go to the bench and I'll take my stick in my one hand and just sort of like wave it on the ice and just get a feel for the ice. And then I go in and I always put it upside down. After that, I always put it upside down in our dressing room hallway. And then ride the bike for 5 minutes. And then I'll go in, have a bottle of water, and then wait for a video. So.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I think we owe Jack Eichel an apology.
Right?
That's pretty thorough, man.
Yeah, no, I follow that every game day.
And you're how old?
20.
Man. I you know what, I got to tell you, like, us normies, like, 20 years old, can't relate to any sort of routine, man. Like, it's unbelievable what you guys do.
I was good at the bed rot.
Yeah, the bed rot.
I could do that.
Yeah, just marinate in bed for a little bit. Watch some TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I think it's such an exciting year. Any chance or any time that you can kick Peterborough's ass, anytime you can kick Kitchener's ass.
Yeah.
Anytime you can kick London's ass.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That got
Yeah. We owe them some big revenge this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So are you ready for it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I love that. Come on, guys. Yes. Woo. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear from my goalie. Well, listen, I want to say we want to tell you how much we appreciate you making time for us today. You have been awesome. And thank you for making time for this crowd and that sort of thing. Like you really are. And you know what? I can't wait to watch you, because everybody's saying it. I can't wait to watch you get into the show as well. I know it's coming for you.
Thank you.
And not everybody's path is the same.
Exactly.
And I think you're gonna do this, man. So
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your
I really
time.
appreciate it. Thanks for having me out, guys. Go. Yeah. Hey, Gents fans, we got the best fans in the league. Thank you guys for everything. Keep coming out and supporting us. I really appreciate it.
Now, before you go, I'd like to get a little selfie picture with the crowd in the background here. The show's not over yet, guys, but I want to get a picture with everybody in the background. So let's crowd in here. Oh man, well that was awesome.
Nah. No, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
He was great. I could see why the city's fallen in love with him. Like he's just. I mean, play on the ice, one thing. What a personality.
Right.
Yeah. That's a guy. That's a dude.
We forgot to ask him about his socks.
Oh!
Shoot, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, that's right. He's wearing pink tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Also.
So he's also like an amazing person.
Yeah. And the tie was pink too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he was late to the rink today. There was a cat stuck in a tree.
Right, I remember that.
And he got it out himself. He just climbed it.
He also delivered your baby.
He did.
Yeah.
7 months ago.
I think on the 11th hole of the golf course, right?
He did.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got there. I'm so bad at directions.
All right, it was crazy.
So, listen, I want to get a sense of what kind of, okay, obviously Jenny's fans, some Pete's fans. Let's talk a little NHL for a second. Are we Leaf fans? Yeah. Woo! Good.
Okay.
How was last night?
Seen that before. Hey,
that's a good point.
What
he
was
said
it? I didn't hear it.
He said, "Seen that before."
No.
Yes.
They're right there.
Oh no.
Hey,
Oh,
lessons
no.
were learned. Hey, come on, we learned lessons. Fans they love it.
They do.
They love a lesson.
What about this one? Everything's on the table.
Oh my God.
You know what though? I always love it when they bring in somebody new to take a look at it because
He just got there.
I just got here. I forgot the catchphrase.
He forgot that one.
Steve, come on.
I just got
Trying to
here.
set you up here.
My bad. My bad. Hey, but the same team that's done nothing forever is 4-4-1 after 9 games, and they were 4-4-1 after 9 games last year.
Right. I remember being
Which
thrilled about
isn't
that.
the flex that you think it is. They didn't do anything last year.
You
They
sound
lost to
upset. You
Boston.
sound upset.
Yeah. Apt observation.
What's
What?
that?
What did we win? A
Nothing.
point? A half-hour LFR? Lessons.
Yeah,
We won lessons. The Lessons Cup. It's right up there with the Mark Messier
Adam, where were you
Leadership
going
Award.
with this?
I'm letting Steve go, Jess. No, I think here's what I want to know, and I think this is what everybody wants to know. Why did this week turn out the way that it did? Because Monday night, I'm doing my stream on the YouTube channel. I've never seen the Leafs in the Matthews era play better than they did against Tampa on Monday night. Are we agreed on that? Like it was. I was like, this is Berube hockey. This is go to the net. This is hard nose. This is clean defense. Chris Tanev. All I want to do is watch Chris Tanev break out of his own zone with the puck. That's all I want to do.
I
then,
don't want to give him a hug, but I do want to give him a firm handshake with eye contact, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. So and then Columbus, we roll into Columbus. The Matthews line has been almost perfect. The Riley Tanev pair has been almost perfect, and all of them all of a sudden are a -3. And Matthews had not been on the ice for a 5-on-5 goal against until that game. And then you're like, okay, there's a lot of ways to rationalize this. You can say second half of a back-to-back. You can say, well, they were due. Because even their losses had been good to that point.
Trap game.
Trap game.
Right.
What's a trap game for people who don't know?
Oh, you lose a game that you ought to win.
Yeah.
Because you show up fat and happy. And, we beat Tampa last night. And then you show up in Columbus, second half of back-to-back. I just got here. And you take it easy.
Right.
And die.
And JVR scores.
They just got completely just murdered by the Blue Jackets.
And then
And JVR scores. Thank you
the
for reminding me.
JVR, of course. Always bet the former Leaf to score. And I'm telling you, you're going to win so much money. I'm not even kidding. And then this is what's crazy. Thursday night, it's the team that fired Craig Berube.
Oh, well, they're going to kick their ass.
Right.
They're going to do it for Chief, and that's not just a media narrative thrown in there. They said it with their mouths.
Right.
So what'd they do?
They blew it for Chief.
Oh, hey, okay. Oh, I bet he loved that. But you got a chance to redeem yourself on Saturday against a team that eliminated you. So what do you do?
Hold on,
Yes,
I saw.
they
here's the
did
headline.
fart.
The headline I saw this morning. You got to hear this. Somebody was quoted as saying it was a hard-fought point.
Who said
And listen,
that?
I think it was the coach. I think he was being nice, and it was in a Luke Fox article. In case anybody wants to look it up, it's on Sportsnet.
no.
Listen. What these people do for a living is not easy. I get that, but.
Yeah, what do they make?
This team is better than this, are they not? And this is where you start to go, okay, what happened to that team 6 days ago? And that's what I'm asking you tonight, right? We are 6 days removed from that insane Tampa game. I called Steve after the game and was like, you give everybody permission to feel good about this. No anxiety, enjoy this.
They have not won since.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
my
about your
stupid
theory
mouth.
that they're better than what they were on Saturday. You know, all they've proven is that is who they are. So I don't understand where we think the Leafs are better than this.
Yeah, outplayed by a struggling team in Boston. Got run up by a Blues team missing Robert Thomas. And demolished by a Blue Jackets team that, like, Jesse, I think you said there were like 9 names. You're like, that's a made-up person.
Yeah.
And then, what's his name? Justin Danforth?
Danforth, yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
We got a taste of the Danforth that day.
Right.
Wait, I'm pausing. I'm pausing for applause.
All right.
Thank you. They loved it.
Yeah,
At some point, the Leafs are who they are, and if they keep playing like as they are playing, then they are not the team that they were on Monday against Tampa. They're the team that we saw Saturday and Thursday and Tuesday.
Same script. Hey,
They're
Don't
going
say
next
that.
year.
Hey,
Don't you dare say that.
well, like I guess like, again, it's one game, or it's even if it's 3 games and they're close or whatever.
Yeah.
I try to look at, like, how I would make them better. The coach is always, like, trying to rearrange the chess pieces, and sometimes you throw stuff at the wall. The Nylander, Domi, McMahon line, which had been so good, has been brutal. Like, for all 3 of those games has been brutal. And the solution that they came up with against Boston was, all right, let's put John where Max was. And he's kind of been brutal too.
Yeah.
Which takes bravery to say in this city. But, like, listen, he's not playing against OHL competition anymore. And he's also not 28 anymore. He's older.
34.
Thank you. Oh, ancient. His best years behind him.
Did you hear that? The amulet's broken.
I mean, maybe. He should throw 3 of them on like he's walking into a vampire lair and see what happens. I don't know. I always tell the story about bringing change to summer camp.
Yeah.
And the Dickie D man would sell ice cream at the summer camp at the end of the day. And I would have, let's say, $1 in quarters and nickels and dimes. And the chocolate baseball glove with the gumball in it cost $1.50. No matter how I arrange the coins in my hand, I put the nickels here, the dimes here, the quarters here. No matter how I arranged them, I couldn't get it to add up to $1.50.
Right.
And I like the goaltending better. I like the defense better. Up front, Maron. I don't know how to
And
get
how is that the problem now?
It's
That's
always
never
been the problem. It's always been the problem.
Well, it's been the problem in the playoffs. We're talking about regular season. I know.
But
We don't
aren't the
score
playoffs the problem?
Right. The playoffs are where the problem exists.
Like,
so who cares that they're good in the regular season?
I don't know how to fix that. Like, up front with what they currently have, I don't know what the winning combination is. We haven't found it yet.
And even if they are good in the regular season, that's not the goal anymore. We had that era where it was like, oh yeah, they're doing great in the regular season because they came out of the rebuild and all that. The goal now is a deep playoff run in the Stanley Cup. And if they're not at that level, then everything else is unacceptable.
I want to say, when I asked him what the goal was, he said Memorial Cup instantly.
Yeah.
I love that confidence. I don't feel that confidence from these guys. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, no, we're going to do it.
They're not stupid. They wear this, right? And a lot is made about the pressure from the fans and the pressure from the media. There's, I think, also the pressure from the obvious. Like, okay, forget 67. We're now talking about
Pacioretty?
How could we forget Max
Berube
Pacioretty?
forgot all about him. He didn't even hit 10 minutes last night. So, like, they're aware that the closest this team has got to a Stanley Cup in the last 20 years is 6 wins. Sorry, 5
wins.
It might have been 6 in 2004.
Right, they beat Florida once.
No, they beat a Florida team once.
Oh, right, yeah.
They beat Tampa.
Florida Panthers, yeah.
And, there's no... What sunshine and rainbows are you selling there?
Right.
Like,
So here's the thing. The way to correct that is to have a big win. Tomorrow night, and I'll be streaming it on the SDPN YouTube channel, shameless plug.
good plug. Good plug.
Ripper Nation!
Gripper Nation, where are those feet at? Show me those toes, baby. I want to say, the 8-0-0 Winnipeg Jets and the Toronto Maple Leafs are playing. Trap game. Yeah, sure, we'll be there, trap game. That's great. I'm happy with that. Gentlemen, do you like their chances?
Okay,
I'll ask you guys
see,
first.
everyone's saying no. That means that's
That
a
means they're
4-2
gonna
win
win.
Leafs if I've
Yeah.
ever seen one.
Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Jesse?
No, it's the most Leafs thing to do in the world is to win that game. You suck for a week and then you beat the best team in the National Hockey League. Like,
Right.
I'm betting all my money they win that game, but that doesn't fix any of the long-term problems with the Leafs winning on Monday.
Yeah, well, have you considered there's nothing better than beating the Jets?
I feel like you beat the Jets 13-0, and that doesn't solve any of the problems that you just identified with the team.
Yeah, but your plus minus goes nuts.
It'll sure feel
great.
good. That's undeniable. But I
It will
think
be
they
a
win.
lesson.
I think they win. Of course they're going to win. They suck right now, so they're going to win.
What are we going to talk about tomorrow?
More of this.
We'll talk accountability.
Accountability
All right.
tomorrow. I
More
like
of
that.
this.
Yeah. I think what it is that you do see people saying, "Hey guys, it's early in the season." It's not early in this chapter of Toronto Maple Leafs hockey, though, right?
Take
and
it
I
in
think
context.
everybody in this room knows that. So there are some concerning things. Sorry, Jesse. There are some concerning things that are the same every year, and I don't. I want to win tomorrow. I want to see them win because I know that my mood will be dictated by it, and I'm not going to admit that. I'm not a better man than that. That's who I am.
Dude.
But you're right. Long term, we need to see some weeks and months of the good stuff.
I really wish I could reconcile wanting them to win so bad every game and the views that an LFR after a big loss gets.
Well,
I saw it today. It's a half-hour video at 80,000. And I should be jumping for joy, but I'm like, friggin' I'm like mumbling about it.
It's funny, there was a time when people accused Steve of wanting the Leafs to lose because his videos would jump.
You've never watched a game with me.
But if they lose, you get to make less of them. So that kind of sucks,
too.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, the Leafs losing literally takes money out of your pocket.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would think you're rooting for that.
Hey.
I wish I was that good of an actor. If I was that good of an actor, I wouldn't still be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd be trying other stuff.
Yeah, some really good YouTubers actually transition to Hollywood and get late night shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you know I'm mediocre. Middle of the pack, right there.
Let me ask you this. How many people have been watching LFR for more than a decade? That's amazing.
Oh, no.
This is season 18?
18.
You're so old, Steve. Oh, no.
I know, shut up.
So 18 seasons, literally LFR is going to college, which is nuts. And I want to know, what was the best moment of LFR for you?
Oh, man.
The one. Just has to be one. You can't. No. The Amboni driver's the low light, guys.
Yeah.
No way that was the best.
I wasn't sitting there in front of the camera like, this is great. I'm so excited to make this video. This is good. What a positive experience. Can I give you one that wasn't on camera?
Sure,
It's
whatever
an
you want.
LFR moment, but it wasn't on camera. So this is back when I was working with Leafs TV, and I was doing the chats on MapleLeafs.com for the game. And
The Maple Leafs used to have their own social media system, by the way.
Yes.
You used to be able to log in and chat during the game, which was far ahead of its time.
And I had to approve every comment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We hadn't quite figured out the internet yet. So I was waiting to get into Real Sports after a game. It was very early in the season, might have even been the home opener, or they might have had a homestand to open the season. And I'm waiting, if you've ever been to Real Sports downtown, the lobby out front, I'm waiting for someone to come get me because they're like, who is this pimple-faced idiot trying to get in? And Clark MacArthur walks by me.
Oh.
And he looks at me.
By the way, a little love for Clark MacArthur in the room. Love that guy.
And he walks by me and he looks ahead and he looks back. And then he walks back towards me and taps the guy who's with him. And he goes, hey, love your videos. My girlfriend's been sending them to me.
No way.
Because that was when, I think he was new to the Leafs and I was doing the King MacArthur bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Where I had a sword that my dad made at work. And every time he scored, I would pull out the sword. Because he had a career high of 10, 11 goals or something like that.
Yeah.
And that season he went off for 20. So I was using the bit every 4 games. And the guy, he's like, yeah, you got to check this guy's videos out, was his agent.
Oh.
Wow.
So that was season, I don't know, maybe 4. And that was a bit of a, holy shit, kind of I made it moment.
That's very cool. What a great story.
I have a follow-up. You used to do so many more bits with objects and stuff. What happened to all that? It went away.
Well, I hung them all on the wall. There's none of them were at the side. Bob
Ross, yeah, the MacArthur one.
I still need to.
Buzz Lightyear, yeah.
Bose Lightyear, and then I spent too much money on those gloves. I was like, well, Muzz Lightyear, that works for Jake
Even
Muzzin.
Tank Nation, the Tank Army, it was a thing.
Yeah, Kiprios called you a loser on Hockey Night in Canada. That was crazy. I remember that night.
So I think I have the answer to that. Is they're winning now, Whereas when I was doing all those bits, they were losing not just often, nearly every game. The final, I can't remember the stat. I think it's the final 55 games of the 2014-15 season, they won 11 of them.
Wow.
They went on like an
Brutal.
8-game losing streak. Dude, I was drinking whiskey out of the bottle on camera for like a video that I was shooting at like 10, 11 in the morning. Like, I
This is pre-kids.
Pre-kids.
Man.
Pre-kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pre-regulations on YouTube.
Yeah, no content warnings.
Like, I don't think you can do that today.
no. Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you get more views if they lose or whatever. Like, what? They lost 8 straight. Like, what do I? Oh, the bad team was bad again? You got to come up with stuff. You're pulling out toys and you're going to party packagers and looking at the shelves and being like, what can I use? There was, the one bit I never got to use that I so badly wish I got to use.
Oh, this is good. I did not know this.
I think it was either 2018 or 2019. One of the losses, the playoff losses to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of.
I had to specify.
Yeah.
I know.
I think it was 2018 because I was still closer to the bad era than now. They were like sort of newly playoff relevant.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how the Leafs need to slay their dragon.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I found a dragon piñata. And I never got to use it.
Where's the piñata?
I do not have the piñata.
You don't throw anything out. What do you mean you don't have the piñata?
I don't have the
What
piñata.
did you do with it?
I don't have it.
Did you bought it that
you
day?
know what? Because I used to shoot them the morning after.
Right.
So my plan was I was going to go to the store, get the piñata, and like I was thinking, I probably came up with this when they were down 3-1 in the 2018 series.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? If they manage to do it, it's going to be bro. And then they win Game 5, and I'm like, piñata watch is still alive. And then they win Game 6. They're up in the third. Stop me if you've heard this before. Of Game 7 in Boston.
Oh.
Just fuck my life. And we're in a bar. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I never got the piñata.
Adam, if the Leafs ever beat Boston in a playoff series, can we host a 1,000-person event where we all just slay a piñata dragon?
Yes.
Would you guys come to that?
Will you guys come?
Would you guys come to that?
Thank you. Remember this moment. Remember this moment. One day our ship's coming in, okay? One day.
And we got to do it in Oshawa.
We need to find a piñata company that makes an obscenely large piñata.
It needs to be huge, and
Yeah.
we all just go to town.
Everybody
on it.
bring your baseball bats. We're doing this. And although actually maybe don't. We'll just have the one baseball bat. Too many. That would be very menacing.
Yeah.
We need a whole bunch of people in a park with.
Now
a
we'll
baseball-
sign waivers. It's
baseball bat.
okay.
200. Hi, we're here for the party.
Yeah, we'll do it in a park somewhere, not tell anybody.
Yeah, we'd be arrested for sure. Yeah, that's true. That I did not know about the piñata, but I remember the Slay the Dragon thing. That was, by the way, if you're keeping track, there was the Washington Capitals series, and then there was the first Bruins series, and
Why?
then the second
Why
Bruins
are we doing
series.
this?
That's the one it was.
Yeah.
I know. Get them next year. You're right. Now, so I want to say we got a little bit of trivia here.
Oh,
Got a little trivia.
what's
All right.
this?
Now, you guys all know, you know Steve has dolls in his room, right?
They're
Right.
figures.
And McFarland has given us some McFarland dolls. They are the official NHL licensed figurines, by
We
the
just
way.
say our sales rep Christina wrapped these for no reason.
Yeah.
I love her, but why?
And also in the most boring brown paper. She took her lunch bag and was like, this'll work.
And also wrote.
No, that's for you.
I know, but she wrote who it is anyway on the.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Sure. Could have
So-
just given him the package, but yeah.
So here we're gonna do hands up, and I can't see you that well. Don't put your hands up yet. I haven't asked the question. Here's the first
Okay, Dad.
question. Ready? Okay. Robert's gonna come to you when I pick you.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Jesse's gonna pick you.
Oh.
How long did Steve Dangle live here in Oshawa? Okay. Now.
I think
pick some-
right here at this table, you had your hand up first. Leafs jersey in front. There you go.
9 years?
9
9
years.
years.
Oh my God.
What?
Come Come on up and
How
get
did
your
you
dog.
know that?
I
Yeah,
said
but
it.
you remember
Thank you
that
for paying
stuff?
attention.
Here, come on up. Yeah.
I got a goldfish memory.
Wait, which one is he getting?
You pick.
There you go.
And there's one on the floor.
Whatever one you want. Hey,
There you go.
congratulations.
You gotta open it. You gotta open it.
Yeah, which one is it?
What did you get? Yeah, no, open it
Get
for
up here.
everybody. Yeah. Open it.
Open it. Open it. It's Reimer. No, it's not Reimer.
We don't have that kind of budget.
Hey,
Connor Bedard.
Connor Bedard.
All right. Next question. Okay, again, hands up, and Steve or Jesse will pick you. So you can hate them and not me. I only ask the questions. How many area codes does Oshawa have?
Oh, right here. Yeah.
That would have been my answer. It's not 2.
It's not 2.
Yes, the guy dressed as a hamburger.
No.
3? No, it's not 3.
Right in the back. In the back. No.
It is definitely not 1.
Right here.
4.
4. That's the correct answer.
That's correct.
Hey, get over
By the
here.
way, the area codes are 905-289-365 and 742.
Oh.
Thank you.
Any 742s?
Any 742s?
No.
Yeah, if you ever meet a 742, you have to
want
have to
that
make fun of them.
Floor. You want the Steve? Oh yeah, there you go.
Open it. Open it.
This is like awkward Christmas.
Yeah.
And what did you get? Let's all pause and wait for him to open his gift.
Hey,
Tage Thompson
All right.
with the goat's head.
All right.
Woo!
Okay, last one. You should get this, okay? I want to see everybody's hands up.
Ontario.
No.
Oh,
No.
hell yeah.
No.
Woo!
I said this is Oshawa trivia. So we saw a team tonight. We saw a team that wants to win a championship tonight, right? Last night, I'm not so sure. Tonight, we saw it. So we know the difference. Name one of the first-round picks, hands only, playing for the Oshawa Generals. And I'm talking about NHL first-round picks, playing for the Oshawa Generals currently.
I wasn't looking, I'm not going to lie.
What? All right. Right here. 2 hands up. Your partner's also got her hands up. What's your answer?
4. No, I said 4. I said name one of them.
Oh, name one of them. He said Ben Danford.
He gets it, he
All
gets it, he
right,
gets
get
it.
over here.
Oh, don't
You're
boo
getting
him.
booed.
I don't know what's worse. Him saying 4 or me thinking he got it.
That's okay.
Open it.
Open it. Oh, he was good. Oh.
Jonathan Marchessault.
You got to put it
Conn
over your
Smythe.
head like it's a cookie. Because it has to say like, there you go. Yeah.
All right.
I
the
took it.
Nylander?
I'm going to be honest. I kept it.
Jesse took the Nylander.
I had a Nylander figurine on the episode on Friday. It is now in my office. It's
So
not here.
You're garbage.
As you guys know, you're all listeners. And by the way, I just want to say how much we appreciate you being here tonight. Like, it's very, very cool that we get to do this. And we wouldn't get to do this if you guys wouldn't show up. So thank you for being here. We do really so appreciate you. I want to say that it's time to probably get to the press conference.
Yeah.
And we're going to take some questions if you had any. But the first thing I want to do before that, Robert will go around and hand you the mic. You have to give Robert a second to get to you. I do want to say a big thank you to the staff here who've been absolutely outstanding. Bond Street, if you're not in Oshawa, come check it out. There's so much going on in this building. It's crazy. And we're just one of the 5 or 6 rooms they have going on here. There's a restaurant. There's a cafe. Offset played upstairs last week.
Yep. He was 2 hours late.
He was 2 hours, not 4 hours that we were told. And the last thing I want to say is, I said this before, but I didn't get to say it on the recording. I want to thank the Oshawa Generals for being such an incredible organization to work with. I got to tell you, not always easy. It seems like these are easy to put together. They took a chance on us because they thought you would show up, and thank you for showing up. Thank you to the Oshawa Generals for making this easy. It really was awesome.
Woo!
Now, if you have any questions, raise your hand, and Robert just pick someone.
While we're looking for questions,
Pick
I
someone.
should have been wearing my glasses the whole time. That dude's dressed as French fries. That dude's dressed as a burger. That dude's a leprechaun.
Yeah.
It's a Halloween show.
Yeah.
Love it.
Also, shout out Steven on audio. He's been dealing with us
Yeah,
all
Steven.
day. Shout out Haley as well, who's been super helpful at the venue.
All right.
All you guys, super important.
So let's get some hands up. Who wants to talk? Who's got a question?
Got one.
question? Oh, you got one?
It's me.
Oh, it's you.
You know me.
Hi.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi. Okay, so I know this is a room full of Cranky Leaf fans right now,
Sure.
and I haven't been a Cranky Leaf fan for as long as a lot of you have. And how do we keep having fun and loving this team when everything seems like it sucks?
Welcome
Tell
to being
me-
a
tell me
true
how.
Leaf fan.
And I don't drink. I don't drink and I don't do
Does
drugs.
somebody want to tell her?
Yeah. Listen, take it from me, like doing videos for years and years and years and years where they were ass and ass and ass and ass. I still had fun. It's individual things. It's the funny stuff. There's a lot of Leaf fans, like there are entire friend groups. There are people that started going out. There are entire marriages and children from those marriages and children from those children. Like there are entire bloodlines born from commiserating over how much the Leafs suck. So it's true. It's totally true. So you're going to have fun no matter what. We know how to have fun no matter what. That's the only reason that building's still packed.
There you go. Yeah, love that. And by the way, welcome. You are now officially a Leaf fan. When you go, I don't know how much more of this I can
Remember,
Yeah.
you're here forever.
take. All right, next question, Robert.
You got one?
There you go. Work the room, Robert.
Is it
job,
the burger
Robert.
again? Oh, it's the guy
Shout out
beside
Robert,
the burger.
everybody.
Hey, what's up? What's your name?
My name's Jack.
All right, what's the question, Jack?
This one's for Steve. Who do you think has had a better plan, Leafs management or Dutch Vanderland from Red Dead?
That's good. I like that.
I'm going to go,
That might be your next character, Brendan Vanderlyn.
I'm gonna say Dutch had a better plan than Shanny, and I'll tell you why. Because for both of them, things weren't going great. They were falling short of their ultimate goal. Brendan Shanahan decided to stay pat and do nothing. He put everything on the table and then tried to do that trick with the tablecloth, and it didn't work. Fair? Right? Or it worked too well, I guess. Dutch was like, well, the Pinkertons are on our tail, so we should go to Rhodes, Saint Denis, Beaver Hollow, Guarma. Was it Adam? This part of the show's just for me.
Yeah. Is anybody else lost?
Yeah.
He kept.
How many people in this room is understanding what Steve is
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Okay, that's a decent
all right.
amount. That's a decent amount.
Sorry, are you guys familiar with the very niche best-selling game ever? Sorry. Dutch, because he actually tried to change things up.
Right, perfect. Thanks, Steve.
No, that's great. All right, Robert, pick someone else. We're letting Robert do this. So if he doesn't pick you, I want you to know that Robert hates you. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I'm kidding. See how upset he is? This is great. All right, go ahead. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Jeremy.
Jeremy. What's up, man?
I was wondering, if Tavares keeps being this bad, does he end up on Robida Island?
Oh, he's got to get a new contract before that.
No.
No. Yeah, he wants to. Robida was like 38 and finished.
Yeah.
Like finished. And Tavares is just not. He's still like fine. It's just he's too important. Well, expensive. Yeah.
Expensive, but it's
we're
the last
well
year of a
past
deal.
that.
Yeah.
He's too important to the team to be as bad as he currently is. Whereas Robida, it's like he was in the lineup some nights, not every night. It's not gonna get there, but wow, does he got to be better?
No, and I think it's important, too. We've mentioned this. John Tavares got the dad flu literally in the first week. He lost 8 pounds week 1 of the season. So when you lose 8 pounds, and the guys here who are actual athletes can probably attest to this, it's hard when you're burning that many calories to put that weight back on quickly. And
I'm willing to try.
I can do it for you, yeah. And so I think that's played into this a little bit too. I don't think he is like, oh, he's cooked, he's bad now. I think this is a guy that, you know, when you get older, you can't rebound from those things as quickly. And the margin for error at the NHL is like this. And so he'll be back. If he gets 65, 70 points this year, I will not be surprised. We just need to not put him in positions to fail. And that's what this team always does because they don't have another option. That's the problem.
The first thought was, what position's that? Center?
Well, yeah, maybe try him on the wing. But again, who plays center?
Exactly.
So yeah.
They're thin.
Yep. Robert? Nobody put their hand up. Yeah, they did. Come on.
Robert's.
Well,
your path choice has been.
They're never going to come back if you treat them that way, Robert.
Hey, round of applause for Robert.
Although I have to say, I'm really enjoying this.
yeah.
All right, so go ahead. What's your name?
Lucas.
Hi, Lucas.
First of all, sorry about that.
Yeah, Lucas.
Second, did you guys know that Nikita Grabenkin is a part of the Matt Sundin Wendell Clark trade tree?
No way.
Explain thoroughly over the next half hour.
I have notes.
Oh, no. He's got the full notes.
Oh, this is going to take a
We're
while.
going to start in 1994. I'll go quick.
There's no way.
I'm going to die.
The Leafs got in that trade, Todd Warner was one of the players they got.
Yeah.
They traded him for a draft pick that they used to draft Michael Tellquist.
Hell yeah. Winner of
Loved
the
him.
Cup of Hope, which is the teams that didn't make the KHL playoffs won the Cup of Hope. Yeah.
Somebody
Fun
said
fact.
the Leafs, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So they traded Tellquist for a 4th-round pick in 2007. Used that to draft Matt Fratton.
Frat Sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They traded Matt Fratton, Ben Scrivens in a second to LA for Bernier.
Yeah.
LA traded that pick in Fratton to Columbus. Columbus traded Fratton back to Toronto. They traded him in the Phaneuf trade. So that all connects. But then the 2nd-round pick that got traded to Columbus in the Gabrick trade went back to Toronto, and they used it to draft Travis Dermott. And then they traded Dermott for a 3rd, traded down from the 3rd, and got Grabenkin with that pick.
Wow.
There it is.
You know, I didn't think we were going to get there.
No.
I felt like that was that was a Steve Dangle story if I've ever heard it. But you rounded that corner, you got there, man.
He tied a turnip to his belt, which was the style at the
Steve,
time.
you should talk briefly about how much trade trees suck to make. Because you and Drew have essentially abandoned them because
we're upset about it.
They take forever to actually do.
Okay. So, well, first of all, I came up with that while working at Sportsnet, which means I think they own the intellectual property.
No, they don't.
I don't know.
But you can't.
We'll
can
call
own
it
the
something
name,
else.
But you can't own the formula. Let's call
Well,
it
no,
else.
I'm gonna. Well, I mean,
That's like saying, "Hey, I invented the car. No one else may make a car but me." That's
Cap
not-
Wages is in trouble if they do own it, which I'm sure there's a way I could do it. Now,
Besides the point.
So we make a lot of stuff, eh? And we're kind of a small company. I don't know if trade trees would be worth the squeeze, man. Like, those take...
Why, though?
There's two in particular. We're halfway through them. Two in particular.
So the question was to bring you back. I can't wait to be in the retirement home with you, man.
You already are.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
Two in particular, the Lindros one and the Gretzky one. The research alone was days. Like days. And I have like Bristol boards like a psycho, like it's brutal. Then you gotta shoot the thing. Then Drew or Tom Stewart or producer Nick, some poor soul has to do all the graphics for everything that I'm saying. Those damn videos would take so much resources that, like, if it didn't crack 100K, like if only 95,000 people watched it, we'd be like, what a waste of time.
Hey, Jesse, I got an idea. Maybe when Steve's not writing a book in the middle of a season with a baby on the way, he might find some time.
I'm a dumb guy.
Please
buy that book.
Yeah,
it was really hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard. Writing books
Robert,
is hard.
In the back.
In the back.
In the VIP section.
Yeah, what's
there's
up,
some
VIP?
questions.
Oh, bottle service over here.
All right.
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
Good. What's your name?
This is Jared Bapty, the in-arena host for the Oshawa Generals.
You do a great job, by the way. You do a really great job.
Thank you. I think the question for all of us here on the platform is, when are you guys coming back?
Oh. Well, that means a lot. Listen, listen, let's
for the
talk
cup.
Mem Cup.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't have a date booked. I'm just trying to throw out ideas.
I'm pretty sure sometime around early May will be available.
Yeah.
So,
First round exit.
Yeah. Thank you for that, though. Yeah, we would love to come back. And I think when you've got a Memorial Cup run in the future, I think we'd like to come here and be a part of it. So we'll talk. And I hope that you're putting your boss, by the way, on the... He's probably like, no, stop, just once. Anyway, sorry. Robert, next question. Oh, we're going to wrap?
okay.
One more.
You should probably wrap.
Oh, he doesn't want to pick. In the white here. In the white. Hoodie in the white.
Oh, man. Okay, I can't see
What's
your
going
face,
on,
but you
lads?
look like Matt Kachuk from here.
Oh, I usually get discount Nylander,
Yeah?
but yeah.
Okay, I like
All
that.
right. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Leafs usually have a goalie controversy. When are we gonna pick either? Well, I mean, I'm a
goalie controversy
Stolarz guy.
Okay.
But usually we're always talking about goalies.
Right.
So who are we gonna end up getting this year, or when are we gonna pick in the first round for a goalie?
So I don't think there's a goalie controversy at the moment. I think Stolarz is him.
He's the guy right now, but
I think
sit and
he's
wait.
the guy. I think he's the guy. I mean, I think here's the problem. It doesn't matter. Okay, I was talking to somebody who I know that worked in the NHL, and they'll remain nameless.
Trust me,
as
bro.
we sat there with our Courvoisier, and so I talked to him. I was like, listen, man, what would Craig Berube's reaction to Joseph Woll being hurt be? And what he said was, listen, you can't help injuries, but if you know a player's not good to go, they're not good to go. And you then feel like you can't rely on them. Whether that's fair or not, that's how they'll react. So to me, Stolarz has come in. He's been spectacular. He's been the best goalie they've had, I think, since Freddie Anderson. Like, honestly, he's been great. And his positioning's amazing. And you know what I love? Steve did it perfectly. He was like, he's boring. Yeah, he's squared up. Where's the shot coming from? Yeah, he's squared up to that. He's squared up to that.
He's opposite Ilya Samsonov.
Yes! Yeah. And Peter Mrazek.
Yeah.
Toskala. Yeah, we've seen some bad. And I love, you know what I love? It's such a shame that Marchand scored last night. I know. Because the save that Stolarz made before that goal went in was insane. That was an insane save. And I think that, I love Joseph Woll. I think he's the real deal. If he can't find a way to stay healthy, he's not the guy.
Here's what I'm thinking for their depth next year. Murdoch is going to move on to greener pastures. So it'll
maybe he's needed in Pittsburgh.
He could be. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
I think it's going to be a depth of Stolarz, Woll, Hildeby Akhtimov, and Peksa. How about Oster? I like that.
I like that.
He's going to get over it. He's going to forget all that Carey Price stuff, and he's going to be like, you know what, the Leafs.
By the way, I want to say backstage, we took a picture with Jacob Oster, and he looked at Jesse and he goes, wow, you are tall.
I love these live shows because now everyone knows I'm not like 5'3".
Yeah.
Because every picture we post.
Yeah, you look a little tiny, yeah.
Yeah. It's take your kid to work day every time I got to go with my tippy toes to give him a hug, show my friend I love him. It's embarrassing.
So listen. Show it. Stand up and give him a hug. Stand up and give him a hug.
Yeah,
Let them see.
now.
Let them see. Oh, this is nice, everybody. Oh. So listen. Oh, sorry? Oh, the Gen staff. Hold on, the Gen staff are saying we need one more question. Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Oh, it's a Danford jersey.
Okay,
Beautiful.
well, my question
We're
also
here all
has to
night.
do with Ben Danford. My name's Jonas.
Hey, Jonas.
Hello.
You guys
name
got
is
to
Jonas.
watch Ben Danford today. What are your thoughts seeing him in person?
Well, listen, you know, the highlight packs we see with Ben Danford are him running people over. But what blew me away is his puck movement. That guy can move, man. I couldn't believe the agility. He's huge, too.
Very poised.
Yeah.
Poised, always looking at what's going on, surveying, and there's so many like, yes, it helps to understand systems and everything, but when I'm watching the Leafs and I see a goal happen, I'm like, I feel like this could have been prevented if you just looked at what was happening. Like if you just sort of vaguely looked at the play. And
You mean overtime last night?
yeah. The game, I think, when you go up a level, the speed is just difficult to contend with, right? You have all these skills, you have all this ability, but all of a sudden everyone around you is faster and your skills don't come into play because you don't know what's going on. That doesn't seem to be in his cards at all. Like he seems to be a heat-seeking missile out there.
Jesse, what did you think?
Oshawa has a really athletic decor. Like, I noticed that immediately. They're all out there being really agile. There's one move, I think it was in the third, where one of the defensemen came around the back of the net in the offensive zone. He came around backwards, and then he sent the puck to the front of the net. And just, like, seeing all of them out there, you see they're all athletic, but Ben's kind of the leader of that in that he stands out the most amongst all of the athletic D-men there. It's because he's so tall, as you said, but it's just his skill is so much past what everybody else is on the ice, and from that position standpoint, and I think he's gonna be an NHLer for a long time.
And better than Peterborough for sure.
Yeah,
like for sure. So listen, a big shout out to the Oshawa Generals, a big shout out to Bond Street, and a big shout out to you. Please tip well tonight. Thank you all for being here, and we will be back.
Book at the back. Buy my book. It was really hard.
There's books.
And I will sign it.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.